Hello, this is Debut 22, and welcome to the main event of SmackDown. The main event, as well as the entire show, has been brought to you by MuchGames.ca, Fuse 4 Network, and the McGrumps. And I have a very special treat for you because we have yet another debut. And I'm very happy that he's here. I'm very happy to have him on the show, and I asked him if he wanted to be on, and I was so happy when he said yes. But first, let's introduce his opponent for tonight. And out of all the guys that he could have drawn, and he could have drawn a much easier opponent, but unfortunately he draws the man considered the best in the world. The best wrestler in the world. CM Punk. Also referred to as the voice of the voiceless, also referred to as the cult of personality, you name it, that's who he is. And a former heavyweight champion in not only this promotion, but also in the WWE, and I have a feeling that he'll be a champion in New Japan or Ring of Honor if he ever wanted to go into any of those territories, or promotions rather. But right now, his focus is to take on this man who is making his debut, and it is with a great pleasure to introduce to you this man. Folks, I give to you one of my very good friends. I can't say that he's my best friend, but actually I can. He is among my best friends. Alongside LP Grotus, alongside Jason RPG, Pika Plays HD, Crazy Candy Lady. I mean, he's right up there among the upper echelon of very good friends that I have that are my best friends. I mean, if anybody less than that, I mean, it's not to say that I'm not friends with them. It's just between me and Jarrett, for instance, we're tight like this. We're like brothers, you know. We're just like brothers, just like me and Jason have been for so many years. But that's how close I am with Jarrett. And if you're wondering what is Jarrett wearing, why is he wearing that stuff, you may be asking. Well, it's very simple. I refer to him as Mr. Persona for the love of the Persona series, which in itself is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei, which is a series of RPGs which is not a traditional RPG series in and of itself. And I could say the same thing about the Persona series as well, because it's based on... It's kind of like it combines elements of a traditional RPG with that of Pokemon, in a sense. But with supernatural powers, I guess you could say. Or just being able to travel into the persona, or personalities, of people. And what goes into their mind and things like that. Like consciousness. And on a personal level, I'm a very big fan of the last two games, and for Jarrett, he's wearing he's dressed up as the main protagonist, excuse me. Of course he doesn't have a name, but his code name is Joker, so he's dressed up as Joker, but not the Joker, but just Joker. Of course, Joker has black hair and Jarrett has blonde hair, which is what Jarrett's natural hair color is. Excuse me, I kind of botched the speech of it, but so far CM Punk is doing a number on Jarrett, as one would expect. I mean, of course, Jarrett going up against a former heavyweight champion and CM Punk is not an easy draw. And Punk, ooh, nice elbow drop from a slingshot onto Jarrett. And if you're Jarrett, you just have to find a way to survive as long as you can and hope that Punk makes a mistake. That's practically the best way you can beat him, because he's not going to beat himself. It's just not going to happen. And thrown over the top rope is Jarrett, and down goes Jarrett. But of course, knowing Jarrett as much as I do, Jarrett is a very resilient young man. I mean, the stuff that he's been through in his own life is the stuff of legend. In fact, the only thing that can possibly beat that is the story of Sephiroth 1204. I briefly mentioned it in Debut 22 Talks in the final episode that featured his very good friend, Pika Plays HD, and now Jarrett goes to the top rope, and nice double axe handle on Punk, so he took advantage of a mistake. Punk was coming into the ring, and Jarrett was there waiting for him. Now whipped into the corner is CM Punk. But thrown outside the ring, or over the top rope rather, is Jarrett, and a suplex back inside the ring is Jarrett. I mean, he's doing the best he can against a world champion, but so far the champion is proving to be too much for Jarrett at this point in his career. But like I said, anything can happen. Anything can happen. If it can happen in Persona, I don't see how it cannot happen in this match. Thrown over the top rope is CM Punk. Nope, Punk counters with a sunset flip with a pinfall. 1, 2. No, wait, reversed. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I mean, who's gonna win? 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, but could not get him. That was Jarrett's best chance to win. If he had just gotten a 3 count, he would have won the match. And a jawbreaker to Jarrett. But of course, CM Punk, as always, just outclassing the young man. And now, Jarrett is bleeding. He is bleeding from the mask. I mean, it's not like he took it off. Just like Joker did in the actual game. Alright, now both men are on the outside. Oh, and Jarrett just cold-cocked CM Punk, but I think that might have pissed him off. Elbow right to the sternum of Jarrett, and Jarrett's the one losing blood, and he's got to do something fast. The longer this match goes, the more it would have to favor CM Punk. Then one right back to Punk, as he had done before. Punk gets out, and Jarrett goes in. And thrown into the barricade is Jarrett. And thrown again into the barricade. Although Punk goes right back inside the ring. And a suplex onto Jaret. Of course, Jaret, there's also more to Jaret than meets the eye. I mean, there's one other thing that... there's a reason why Jaret is also in the company. And, whoa! What a move by Jaret, but he missed. And Punk, being the consummate professional, knew what was coming and got out of the way. Elbow right to the head of Jaret again. And Jaret going to the top rope. And, well, I don't think he got all of it, though. Oh, and then a kick right to the side of the head of Jaret. Although, I think Jaret's pissed. But then a DDT onto Jaret should definitely keep him down. And, well, Punk missed that move. But right now, Jaret is losing a lot of blood. And, ooh, nice backflip. Goes off the ropes, ducks a clothesline, and a running elbow onto Punk. And a pinfall onto Punk. Kick out by Punk at 1. And now whipped into the corner. Now what's he going to do to Punk? Wait a minute. Powerbomb! A powerbomb on a Punk. And, I think it's Punk who's in trouble now. Wait a minute. Persona Bomb! Persona Bomb! That's what he calls that move. The Persona Bomb. 1, 2, no. That was a great move on Punk, but, of course, the loss of blood didn't... I guess he didn't get it all the way onto Punk. And plus, Punk was in great shape before getting hit with that move. Oh, nice counter by Jaret. Wait a minute. GTS onto Jaret, and is that enough? 1, 2, 3, and it is. So CM Punk showing us the experience and the know-it-all to beat Jaret, who is, debuting for the first time. And I'll have to say that Punk probably got a lot more than what he thought he was bargaining for. I guess he thought that Jaret was just going to lie down and stay down, and Jaret hit the Persona Bomb, but it wasn't quite enough. And there you see his blood, the blood that is pouring out from the mask. And again, it's not like he took off the mask, did Jaret, but as Punk is suggesting, yes, Jaret is fast asleep, and for Jaret, I mean, he did a great job, but it just was not enough against CM Punk. Same thing, I could say the same thing about Carito, and then you had Wolfbane, who was in the Battle Royal, but he was the first one out. So it just goes to show that these guys need experience before stepping in with some of these professionals, and it just goes to show that the older guys are not going to just let the new guys come in and just beat them. They have to earn it. But with that said, that's going to do it for our show. Until next time, we will have Heat, which will be our final show before the big show. And until then, this is Debut 22 signing off. Have a good day, everybody.